All right, let's get this thing going. Morning to all of you. I feel like I should turn on the light. All right, let's check out some Aetherdrift. The spoilers coming out the day the set comes out kind of throws me off a little bit, but I haven't really checked too much out yet. So, okay, we've got a new exclusive. That card's actually pretty cool. I'll be taking a look at that one later. Webcore sent me that one. We got some different bundles. We've got the collector's boxes. I have the top one. This one actually bummed me out. This card looks really cool, but the $80 bundle is kind of brutal. It's kind of like how when they put Rakdos in the bundle for the $80 bundle. Except this is obviously not as good as Rakdos, but this card is still incredible. So I really, really want this card. But I will not be getting it until the next set comes out, Tarkir, in April. Also, morning, Sergio. How are you today? So, I was actually really surprised. The patch came out today, and the new set drops, and we get the new set, the new walker. There's there's two new walkers in the set. We get a bunch of fixes, but there weren't any new features implemented. There really was there was no indication about like how things are gonna be changing in the future. And I figure that sometime I was chatting with the other creators about this, and there were some that were feeling like this set was going to be like the really important one. For me, it's the next one, just because I feel like it takes time to implement new things. But I feel like by the next set launch, there needs to be some kind of bone thrown to the community. Just, I feel like there's a lot of tension. Chandra Spark Hunter we'll take a look at. I was sent that one too. That walker looks pretty cool to me. And then that's it in there. Okay. Let's take a look at the set itself. I've seen the frog thing. That frog thing is insane, by the way. I have issues with the frog. So, in terms of like mythics, masterpieces, etc., I'll showcase just a few that caught my eye as opposed to going through all of them. This is a pretty big set. There's like 260 cards or something. So this is a pretty big set. That might be including the full arts and stuff. This is just showing the packs. But Boros Charm looks pretty cool to me. 8 damage to each opposing creature in your opponent, and then giving all your creatures double strike until end of turn, and then that permanent shield counter too, is really, really sweet. So Boros Charm, I think, is a pretty solid card. Drogskull Reaver. This is a pretty cool card to me. It's 10 for a 3/5 double strike, flying, and lifelink. And then when you gain life for the first time on your turn, draw a card. But this is more just cool because it's got the double strike, which is going to be really nice for the new speed and boost mechanic. And then you draw a card every turn. You've got a life linker with double strike, and it's a pretty low cost at 10. So I feel like that one's pretty solid. Main Loop spoiled this card. This card looks pretty cool to me. I'll be interested in trying that one out. Where is the big boy? This thing looks insanely good to me. Temet. Temet is 12 for a 4/4. When your first creature attacks, draw a card and gain 7 mana. So you've got a 4/4 Menace Vigilance that's going to attack and draw a card and gain 7 mana every turn, which is fantastic. And then also, whenever you draw a card, you reinforce all zombies you control, which is crazy. We have so many ways of turning things into other creatures or into zombies, stuff like that. So I think that this creature here could be really powerful. Other cards that I'm looking for, I just love this card here in paper. It's in a deck of mine, so I'm looking forward to trying this one out. If you use Gather the Pack and just this as a creature, then you get 4 in the graveyard and 1 to 2 in your hand. So that is between 50 and 60 haste power that you can just throw on the battlefield if you're dropping a land. So there's definitely a lot of decks that I could see this being really easy to play in. And that seems pretty cool to me. This card here looks pretty bananas to me as well. 12 for a 5/4. When it enters the battlefield, return the first creature from target graveyard to the battlefield under your control and give it finality, meaning when it leaves the battlefield, it's exiled. But not only is this an artifact and a good artifact, we have a lot of planeswalkers lately that have come out, or cards that have come out that interact really nicely with artifacts, but I feel like we haven't really had much in the way of good artifact creatures, apart from the Cityscape Leveler and the Blade Coil Serpent. So this one is pretty good. With something like Grist, you bring this thing back, and then you get 2 creatures for 1. Something that will be really funny, and I'm hoping that this happens for me, would be if I play like a Breach the Multiverse, and my Breach the Multiverse pulls up this for me and for my opponent. If my opponent's running it too, and to just have that back and forth of getting free cards from me and my opponent having this. I think that would be pretty funny. So that one looks really cool to me. Let's see. What else looks interesting from... This thing here is a problem. I have issues with this card existing. Sabsunin Luxa Embodied. Sabsunin Luxa Embodied? Whatever. 11 for a 6/6 reach, prevent damage with, at the beginning of your turn, buff it and draw a card, and if it dies, you return it to your hand with 8 of the 11 mana. 1 match away from coming back out. So you kill this dang thing, it's coming back the next turn, and it's a 6/6 with reach and prevent damage. Like, you just can't get rid of this dang thing. It's crazy. I feel like this card kind of necessitates that you run something like, what's the shield called? Aegis. Assimilation Aegis. It almost necessitates that you run something like Assimilation Aegis in your decks for any competitive event where someone might run this thing. This thing is absolutely broken. Like, I haven't played with it, and I understand that I should give cards a chance before I label them as broken, but this card, to me, just immediately stands out as broken. When all the other gods have come out in Puzzle Quest, they've all had some kind of feature that, like, either messes with their prevent damage or prevents them from attacking or blocking right away. The new Hazoret is like that as well, from the Battle for the Ages packs. But this thing just comes out as an absolute beast. Like, I don't know. I think this thing's a problem of a card. It generates cards, you can't get rid of it, it completely stops your opponent. And unless your opponent's running Exile, they're not going to be able to get rid of this thing. And, like, there is Exile, but yeah, this card just... I think it's going to be a problem. I think it's going to be a big problem. So those stand out to me. There were some rares that stood out to me as well. I imagine just as I pull them, I'll talk about them. I'm looking just for, like, specific things that, like, really stood out to me. By the way, does this look like Ben Stiller to anyone else? Like, I saw this thing, and this just looked like Ben Stiller to me. I don't know why. But I see Gas Guzzler as, like, Ben Stiller if Ben Stiller was a vampire zombie. I don't know. Let's see. What else caught my eye? I guess there's a lot of the exclusives in this set that caught my eye that seem pretty crazy. There's a bunch of things for when you lose artifacts. This card, I think, will be really good in Coalition events, because if you're a monster like me, and you run Demolition Field and Desert in basically all of your decks, then you play this, you activate the Exhaust, you fetch your Demo Field and your Desert, and you've just got them made for you. So I think that one could be pretty good. There's some really good uncommons and commons as well. Just a few. There was one that really stood out to me, though, from the common range. It's a blue card that is a destroy creature, because blue does not get destroy creature. No, not this. Blue destroy creature. Where are you? No, it's not the 5 mana one. There's no way. It destroys a random creature, I think. It's not stall out, is it? No, it'll give something stun. Trip up? Trip up, yeah. Destroy a random opposing creature. This, and it has flash. This really surprised me. This is an amazing card. For Commoner Cup, this will be really nice to have. But Yeah, just destroying a random opposing creature for blue is pretty cool because blues always just bounce. Blues never destroy, apart from stuff like turn to frog or whatever. So, what I want to do next is I want to open my packs just so that I know what I have. There's a bug right now in the game. By the way, before I continue, this is something that I think really needs to be fixed. This is our second straight set that's come out where if you have VIP, and I have VIP right now, this is not getting reduced. So any other set that I go to, so if I go to like Foundations, you'll see that the jewel cost is reduced if you're a VIP person, and that is the case for all sets in the game. However, for whatever odd reason, on day one, they are not being reduced. This is true for the last set. This is true for this set. And I feel like even though you're getting your crystals refunded at the end, it kind of takes away from that day one opening experience. Because I know that a lot of people who do pick up VIP, and even people who don't, they manage their crystals in a way where they sort of are basing it on the total number of packs they'll be able to open, right? So I just use multiples of 3. So I was looking at potentially getting to 2,400 up here to be able to open 8 of these 5 packs, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, with that said, the set as a whole looks pretty interesting. I don't like what they did with vehicles. I think that they should make vehicles into creatures again, but like they were when they first came out in Aether Revolt and Kaladesh, but we haven't really been seeing that lately. So I want to wait until I pass judgment on a lot of this stuff until I've played it. So I want to open some packs and get into that. And while I do that, any of you guys, if you've opened packs, if you've already played with something, if there's something that you think that I should know about, please tell me. And then also, I'm not going over this on this particular stream, but I feel like I wanted to wait until this set came out to make sort of like a state of the game video. And now that the set is out, I feel like it's time to make that video. Just, I wanted to give them more of a chance to address things in the community, just because I feel like they've done a really good job of that up until recently, they being WebCorp. And so I feel like nothing really got addressed in this patch, just given the chatter that I've been seeing in the community. I've been seeing a mounting movement toward like, don't spend money. And so there's a lot of players that I know who would typically buy new Planeswalkers, or they'd buy some of the exclusive cards, or they'd buy a collector's bundle, or something like that. And then now they're not planning to do that with this set. And they weren't doing it even just going into the set like before the set. And I don't think that this set is going to address how they're feeling. So I want to make a video. Oper Stomper made a post some time ago before I got really sick and then the fires took away my electricity, about that, just sort of like condensed a lot of what his group's been feeling lately. That card looks kind of like Ted Lasso. I want to go and look at that again. But anyways, I want to go over that post in a video. I want to take a look at that. And I just want to talk about like what I've been hearing from community people. Oh no, I got it again and I just passed by it. This is a cool card. Your opponent discards a card for 6. All right, Ted Lasso, where'd you go? I need to see you. Here you are. With that said, I was given a collector's bundle to open on stream, so I'm going to be opening that collector's bundle. I am very excited for that, and I'm excited for the set. So for me personally, and how I play the game, I'm really excited for any time new stuff comes out, and to play with new stuff, and to deck build, and to test things out, and all of that. That's my favorite thing to do. My favorite thing to do is just testing new things out. And so this having this new set come out is really exciting for me. And so I'm not personally that upset with the release as it is. This is actually what I was expecting. I was expecting this. But I know that there were other people who were expecting more, and I feel like it's important for someone, at least, that is visible to address that. Yeah, this totally looks like Ted Lasso, right? Does this not look like Ted Lasso to you guys? Or what's it, Jason Sudeikis when he's got a mustache? That is definitely Jason Sudeikis. That's fantastic. I love that. I haven't gotten any shakes yet. That's surprising. Shakes, by the way, are what I call any rare plus rarities. I've got some green tea here. Really like me my green tea. When this creature enters the battlefield, fetch the first creature with the highest cost that is 6 or less from your library. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I glossed over that one. I don't think that that's like a crazy good card, but that's interesting. This looks like something from Honkai Star Rail. Oh, there's our first shake. My first rare is one of these new lands. I don't know. These lands seem... This particular land cycle seems bad. Converting 2 is good. It's just that we have things like Cryptex, and we have Leyline of the Guild Pact, and we have some other things that are converting more right now. So just converting 2 is not great. And then the whole vehicle thing, right? I don't like vehicles. There are a few that I think are okay, but this is a cool card. Return the first creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then create a racer pilot. I feel like that's always just a decent effect. Boost 4. Target creature gets double strike. Ooh, target creature gets double strike. That's cool. Boost 4 is not going to be entirely awful to get to in like a Pauper Plus scenario. I think that for a regular match, Boost 4 is a bit unrealistic to expect, potentially. I mean, not unrealistic. It'll happen. But I wouldn't rely on it. Let's put it that way. Iron Man has taken off his helmet. Alrighty. Surveil 2 for... whatever. Boom Scholar. We've gotten that one twice already. Crash and Burn. Run Over. I'm kind of debating also how many total packs... Hey, Ben Stiller's here. Cool. Cool. Hello there. When a creature or support is destroyed, draw a card. Actually, that's actually kind of cool. Once you get the boost 3, if you play this with like a gold token deck or like some other simple token, you're going to be destroying a lot of simple tokens. So just every time you destroy gold, you draw cards. That could be pretty interesting in a black-red deck. I'm just saying all this out loud as I see it, just because it's just sort of how my mind works. Whenever you discard a card, this gets +1/+1. That's nice. I like the idea of discard in this set. There's a lot of discard enablement and sort of like power that you can get from discard. So I think that could be pretty cool. I'm interested in trying discard out as sort of like an archetype for a deck. All right, what do we get from some premium packs? I'm going to open some premium packs here just to try and filter through some of the set. It's as I said, it's a big set. Oh, hey, my first mythic. Ketramos, the New Dawn. Gauzemaster spoiled this card on his channel. I think this card is cool. I think that the requirement for 7 or less loyalty gems, it makes it a bit too niche for play, but I'll definitely give it a test and see, because card filtering is always incredible, and paying no mana to card filter is super incredible. So it's 5/5 for a prevent damage, lifelink, and menace for 12. When you exile a card from your hand, if there are 7 or less loyalty gems on the board, you draw a card and lose a life, and you can do this 3 times per turn. So, really cool ability, but I wish that was like 10 or less loyalty gems, or just get rid of the loyalty gems portion of that. Oh my gosh. Back-to-back mythics? This is sweet. Yes, please. Okay, when you discard a card, draw a card. You see, this is what I mean. There's a whole bunch of stuff with like when you discard that I think could be really cool in this set. So when you discard a card, draw a card. When this support is destroyed, fetch the first artifact with the greatest mana cost from your library and give it full mana. So the one knock against this card is that it has 1 shield. But if this is the only artifact in your deck, or is the highest mana cost artifact in your deck, then anytime this gets destroyed, you just get a new copy of it. And so this, I feel like this 1 shield isn't going to make it prohibitive in order to use it. I think that this card is pretty cool. Also, it's called Repurposing Bay, which I think is kind of funny with what it does. So that's a cool card. Getting back-to-back mythics in this first premium pack is super duper sweet, though. I hope that I didn't just use up all my luck for the day there, though. Far Fortune End Boss. I've seen this one. I think this one was an interesting one, right? 4/5. When it attacks, deal 1 damage to each opposing creature. If you've got boost 4, that means you've dealt combat damage 4 or more times in the game. When you deal damage to your opponent's planeswalker for the first time during your turn, deal X damage to your opponent's planeswalker. X is to... Ooh. When this attacks, you do 1 damage to each opposing creature. Oh, okay. So this at least doesn't deal the 1 to the player. If this did 1 to the player, then this ability would be really tricky to make happen. But this is pretty nice. So you increase the damage of something. That's cool. I'm game for that. That's actually not bad. 5 to any opposing target. Meh. Cycling came back, but really expensive. A lot of these things are like cycling 6, which, isn't undoable, but it's expensive. There's some really cool zombie stuff here. I think I showcased the masterpiece that I really want to try out already as a zombie. That card is crazy. It's kind of like Knowledge is Power, but for zombies. Let's see, what else do we have? Enters the board, discard and draw 2. Okay. At the beginning of combat, you may destroy this to give all your creatures haste. This is actually pretty solid for a common, actually. Just being able to discard and draw 2, so just to card filter, is not bad. And then having the option to give your creatures haste when you want is pretty solid as well. This, on the other hand, is not solid. The dog do. Look at all these vehicles. I know that's the point of the set, but it just... whoosh, swing and a miss. Okay, all opposing creatures get weaker, but 16 for a 2/2. Exhaust, yeah, okay. Exhaust looks interesting to me. I know you can only use it once while the card is out, but I feel like it's pretty interesting. And our rare for the pack is Possession Engine. This is going to be an annoying card. This is a good card. 15, it's a vehicle, crew 3. When it enters the board, you gain control of an opposing creature, and then you disable that card until the beginning of your next turn. Then at the beginning of your turn, you disable that card again until the beginning of your next turn, and then you gain mana equal to the power of your first disabled creature. So this thing's going to be annoying because you play this, and you just permanently get control of an opponent's creature. And then if this thing gets destroyed, then the creature that you've taken control of is no longer going to be disabled. But as long as it is disabled, it's just going to be feeding you mana. So this card, I think, is actually pretty decent. The 2 shield count is not a problem to me, because if it gets destroyed, that's great. And if it doesn't get destroyed, that's great. So I just don't see that as a bad thing. Okay, so 2 mythics in the first pack. We take that. That's really good. Let's open up another. I'm debating if I'm going to open all of mine or not. I can open 7. I'm not sure if I'm going to open 7. We'll see, of these premium packs. Destroy a vehicle or destroy a creature, that's pretty solid. Flood the engines. All right, yeah, with Ted Lasso. Stall out. Okay, so now we're starting to pick up on the dupes, right? Right, there's more dupes coming in. This is just bad. Ooh, another mythic. 3 mythics and 2 premium packs. This is chef's kiss, and I like this one. This is actually one of the cards that I really wanted to get from the set. So it's 10 for a 4/4. It's got lifelink. Wabwing. It's got ward, which is going to make it hard for your opponent to get rid of. And when it enters the battlefield, your opponent discards their first and last card. If you pair this with... what's that thing called? I see the picture in my head. It's the blue enchantment that makes it so you put a copy of a creature down onto the battlefield every single turn. You just pick, and it gets the knowledge emblem, but then the knowledge emblem goes away, and every turn you can just make another one. So with that card, this Oil Deep Gearhulk, you can play every single turn and make it so your opponent discards 2 cards every single turn. I think that it's very likely that I will play this card in a lot of events. Just 10 mana is very reasonable for this effect. And then you also get this 4/4 with lifelink and ward. And it's an artifact. So there's a lot that I want to brew with this. I think that this card is very good. I think it's very, very good. We'll see. I have to test it, but I'm really glad that I got a card that I really wanted early on. Didn't I just pull this thing? Shame on you. Bad game. Speaking of bad game, here are all these duplicates into one of these new lands. All right, we got to get them out of the way, right? Like, I eventually need to pull them in order to be able to try and complete the set. So, got to get them out of the way. Man, we're getting a lot of shakes now. We got none in the super packs, but now in the premium packs we are. This card is fantastic. The mana cost is prohibitively high, but there's ways around that. Still, you do damage to your opponent's planeswalker equal to the total power of creatures you control, and then all creatures you control get double strike until end of turn. So this reminds me of the first Luca's third ability, but as a spell. And that first Luca's third ability just ends games. So honestly, I could see this card just flat out ending games. This is an incredibly powerful ability on a spell. And red is a color that has a lot of spell-based planeswalkers, and so I think that this is a great addition to red. I think that's going to be in a lot of Training Ground Heroes decks. This card is amazing as well. This card is a fantastic addition to the game. This is going to be used a lot in Commoner's Cup, because pretty much every deck in Commoner's Cup is either, Dakon or Grist, right? I see some Puzzle Master Ajani, but mostly I see Dakon and Grist, and that's it. And so this is something that you just throw into both of them. You need to draw cards as part of the event. So this gives you another card that's going to draw 2 cards at a very reasonable cost. Both of those planeswalkers are going to be able to play this with 1 gem match. And then this one is kind of like the Bones card from Origins, except both players are going to lose the life, not just you. So that's going to be a really, really good card for Commoner Cup. You gain 8 life. Cool. There's having these new cups in the game, these new events that have like just commons or just uncommons, definitely makes it so that it's worth looking at all the commons and uncommons a little bit more through the lens of, is this something that I can play in one of those events? So destroy creature with toughness 4 or greater. This is okay for the uncommon cup. It's not bad. Boonmobile. Crew 3, at the beginning of your turn, gain 3 mana. 2 shields. Exhaust. 10 damage to target creature or planeswalker. First creature gets 6/5. Okay, this card's actually pretty decent because we have an event that wants us to do 10 damage to a creature. And then this is important because with the exhaust, you do 10 damage to target creature. So when you play it, you can ping your own creature to make it so that you can achieve that objective. So this is good. The 2 shields on this, I actually don't mind as well, just because if this thing stays on the battlefield, you're getting extra mana, which is nice. And if this thing gets destroyed, that's fine, because then you can play a new copy and exhaust it again to get the exhaust ability. When it's destroyed, I believe you can exhaust it again, and then get the exhaust again. Okay, so this is cool. I got this thing. How does this thing art look? Oh man. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, very excited about that one. Very, very excited about that one. That's good. All right. Let's keep going. I feel like chat's pretty quiet today. Y'all are so quiet. How's your day going? How are you guys doing? How many of you are excited for the new set? How many of you are feeling let down by the update? How many of you are feeling amped by the update? Are you finding that you're playing the game more, less, the same amount? Have you opened packs today? Have you gotten anything cool? Talk to me. Molt Tender. This is a card that could have been really cool. But I don't know. Destroy an opposing creature or artifact at random. This is a card that I thought had potential to be really good, but because it has artifact as a possibility, there's a lot of decks that have gold tokens, and that just is unplayable against gold. Ooh, this is a lot of dupes. Ooh, this is a painful amount of dupes. This pack is like almost all dupes. We'll have to see at the end, but I think that this is quite possibly... I was going to say the worst third pack I've ever gotten, but then I got a Mythic. So still possibly one of the worst third packs I've ever gotten. Let's see. When this enters the board, all your creatures become oozes. This has... there's something with ooze synergy with this. When your opponent casts a spell or support, you make a 3/3 elephant. Whatever. That's interesting. 16 mana for that effect is not good. That'll make for a silly deck. Oh my goodness gracious. 2 more mythics? Wow, that's 5 mythics in 3 premium packs? I mean, that's pretty solid. 13 for a 7/7, vigilance, and unblockable. And then when it enters the battlefield, stuff happens. So when it enters the battlefield, your creatures get 2/2 and unblockable until end of turn. And then also when it enters the battlefield, those creatures will also get vigilance until the beginning of your next turn. So I think that this card's okay. I don't think it's great, but I think it's okay. It makes it so your creatures get unblockable and vigilance until end of turn. So just anytime you get one down. 7/7 with vigilance is okay. I would have preferred 8/8 or 9/9, but it's fine. This is a card that Webcore spoiled. I think it would have been really cool if the boost wasn't 6. Boost 6 is brutal. Brutal. But still, 2 more mythics and some rares. How many new cards? How many dupes? Okay, so that's 15 dupes out of 26 cards. That hurts. I feel like on pack 3 you shouldn't be getting that many dupes. But that's just me. Okay, let's keep going. They addressed nothing that they said they'd be patient for. I don't think this set releasing did much to address the overall concerns of the community. Yeah, I agree with that. Main loop. Sergio. Person. Friend. We're going to go Sergio. Yes. However, I feel like at least this is my hope, because it's gone like radio silent. This is a really cool card. I feel like with the radio silence, I'm hoping that radio silence means that... By the way, I'm sorry for all the notifications at the top of my screen being like AirPods case 5%, AirPods case 5%. My wife ran my AirPods through the washing machine by accident, and now regardless of the power of my case is at like 100%. It's on the charger right now. But I just keep getting pings saying that it's dying, which it is not dying. But anywho, it's been something since it went through the wash. This card is really cool. Really, really cool. You get 2 Thopter tokens, and then your opponent loses life, and you gain life equal to the number of artifacts you control, including the reinforcements. So I just see this as like if you're making a Thopter deck, or just you're getting a whole bunch of artifact little tokens down. I feel like there's play for this. It's just a shenanigans card. It's not going to be broken, but it's definitely got a lot of potential, especially since there isn't a limiter saying like this is up to 10 or this is up to 15. I feel like you could do something fun with this. So this seems like it could be a cool card. But yeah, the radio silence, I'm hoping means that they're working on something behind the scenes really hard. I feel like they've got a small studio, and so I'm hoping that it means they're working really hard on stuff for the near future. And so they've just sort of got their heads down to the grindstone. They've gotten this new set out. They got it out on time. That's a good thing. I'll have to see how bugged stuff is. I don't know. If it's not bugged, that's great. That means that they did a good job getting new set out on time and clean. We need that. And then hopefully we see some other new stuff. Maybe we get it at like the halfway point when they introduce vanguards and stuff. That could be okay. Maybe we wait until Tarkir, but hopefully it's not too much further out than that. Okay, so this pack was horrible. Wow. Another 15 dupes. This is the first pack without a mythic, though. I can't expect to get a mythic every pack. So getting 5 mythics in the 4 packs already puts me ahead of the curve for the odds, and I'll take that. Destroy a creature with power 8 or less. I don't like this, just because power 8 or less is just too much of a limiter. Like, if my opponent's playing any of like the power creatures in the game, that's not going to do anything to it, right? Like, if Rakdos comes down and destroys something, it's up to 12. Galta is already at 15, so that's really not a big deal. I just feel like that's too much of a liver. I'm going to move my microphone over here. I wonder if this will help with me not feeling like I need to project my voice quite as much. All right, what do we get? Adrenaline Jockey, Sabotage, Strategist, Adrenaline. Michael, please. Adrenaline. All right, at the beginning of your turn, your first creature gets 3/3 until end of turn, and then all your vehicles gain 1 shield. I mean, I can see synergy with the rest of the set, but I have already said my opinion on vehicles, so. Sky Cycle. I mean, this is pretty cool art. That's pretty. You know, the thing that actually got me into Magic as a card game way back in the day was the art. I love the art in this game. I love just looking at the cards sometimes and just seeing how they're drawn up. Trip Up, this is that blue card I was talking about. So you just you got Destroy in blue for creatures, which is crazy. That's great. And it's a random creature, so it bypasses things like Ward and Hexproof as well. So that's good. That's very, very good. It will be good in Commoner Cup. Once again, something like Decon could use it, but you're probably not going to be using that in Decon. This is actually another card that'll be really good in Commoner Cup. 10 for a 4/4 with Reach is fine. But Exhaust, you do it once, and it's now 10 for a 7/7 with Reach. And in the Commoner Cup, I think that's a pretty solid card, actually. I feel like I'm getting more new cards this pack, and that's good. We want to see more new cards. I say this, and then I probably end the pack with more dupes. Oh, I got another one. No Mythics again, and a duplicate rare at the end. So that's, let's see. We've been getting 15 lately, and this is 13. So that's a step in the right direction. That's fewer. Let's get one more, and then I'm going to check and see how I'm doing on commons and uncommons before I decide to open the last one or not. Because I need to figure out how much of the set I'm going to get versus how much I want to keep saving toward finishing Puzzle Masters 2. So we'll see. This is a really cool card to me as well. So you get... It also has a problem. So it's cool, but it has a problem. So you exhaust, you create 2 4/4 Dinosaur Dragon tokens, and then all your creatures get +5/+5 and double strike until end of turn. So that's really cool as a kill card. You can just do it whenever you want, right? You just exhaust, and then you give your creatures the double strike and the 5/5. But the Dinosaur Dragons don't have haste. So you exhaust and you make the Dinosaur Dragons, but then you don't necessarily get to attack with the Dinosaur Dragons, unless you have some other card that's making them do that. On the plus side, giving all of your creatures 5/5 and double strike is a pretty powerful ability, so it's worth doing even if you ignore the Dinosaur Dragons themselves. But I'll take a look at the end. It's just I think they don't have haste, so I feel like design-wise, it's kind of a bummer that you're getting those really cool tokens, but they don't necessarily get to attack. This is cool. Activate 2 green, pick one of the first 3 cards from your library and fetch it as a common. Just getting green fetch. That's pretty solid. Regal Imperiosaur. I like the dinosaurs in this set. At the beginning of your turn, your dinosaurs get +5/+4 until the beginning of your next turn. Meh. That's okay. It's not great. I do like all these shakes, though. When your first creature attacks, get a gold token. Exhaust it to make it so that your first creature gets +3/+1 permanently. All right. Nothing special on that front. I like the gold token. Just there's a lot of synergy I can see with gold and stuff. So, all right. Reef Roads, Engineer, Foul Roads, and our final rare is new, please. No, it's Ben Stiller again. Okay. Let's see. Dinosaur tokens. You don't have haste, right? No, you're just a 4/4 flying dragon. Dinosaur. Okay. Still, solid card. Solid card. 17 dupes. Okay, how am I doing on the dupes front here? Not dupes. How am I doing on the set? Just commons and uncommons wise. I want to check in and see. I think this is the end of me opening these for now, though. So let's see. We've got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. Okay, so 16 commons. Let's write this down. 16 commons. Uncommons, we're at 3, 4, 9, 12, 14, 15, 17 uncommons. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of commons and uncommons that I'm missing. And then rares I don't need to count right now. Because rares don't go into my... so let's open these for now. Let's open some of these special packs. So These special packs here are part of the collector's bundle that I was sent. These are honestly my favorite day one packs to open. I love opening these, just because they have so many rares and mythics. Unfortunately, these are only purchasable. I would love it if there were events where you could earn these as a prize. Like if you got one of these packs as a prize for getting first place in an event, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Because these packs are really good. Look at this. The odds on these are basically like premium pack odds for getting stuff. You can't get masterpieces. I personally don't really care about that. Just you can get a bunch of mythics and stuff, and honestly, like getting a bunch of mythics is gonna thin down the Oh, the frog thing. Oh, that just derailed me. Getting a bunch of mythics is gonna thin down the masterpieces. So, yeah, okay. Well, I just got the chase card for the set. I'm done. I'm done with this set. I don't need to open any more packs. I'm good. I got the frog god. This thing is a problem. Mark my words. I'm going to test this on stream today. I'm going to show you guys. This card is a problem. I can't believe this thing exists. 11 for 6/6, prevent damage, legendary, reach, trample. At the beginning of your turn, it gets +1/+1 and draw a card. You're drawing cards every turn. You're buffing it up every turn. This thing can't be killed in combat every turn. And if this thing would die, you bring it back to your hand with 8 mana. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I feel like this thing should come back to your hand with 8 mana and gain... What is it called? It's that new thing that, like, if it leaves play, then it's exiled. Like, if they wanted to make it so it had recursion, it should have gotten that. That's just my opinion. My opinion. This was the best pack of the day. Look at that. All right, we've got Luxa. We've got Luxa. This is great, guys. I'm feeling good about my opening today now. I'm feeling good about it, which is good because last opening I felt terribly about it. Marauding Mako. That's fun. It's a Mako shark. That's actually a kind of shark in the event that you didn't know. It's a real kind of shark. Oh, there's some cool pirate stuff in this set. There's some cool pirate stuff. With discard. There's some like shark pirate discard stuff. Another mythic. Okay, that's my first dupe mythic, but that kind of checks out, right? That kind of checks out because I already have 4 of the 7 mythics from this. I'd really like Bloodghast, please. Yes, I'd really like Bloodghast, please. Give me a black shake into a mythic. That would be hot. That would be really hot. Okay. Come on, that's something new. When a non-token creature you control dies, you surveil. With boost 5, when something dies, you make a zombie token, and that can trigger up to 3 times per turn. Okay. Oh my goodness, so many mythics! I've opened 3 of these! I'm telling you guys, these are my favorite packs to open. I really want them to add these to prize packs for events. That would be so cool. Like, you get one of these, you know? Or, like, you complete progression in an event, and you just get one of these packs. Like, that would be sweet. Because these packs are so nice. If you're a person who spends on the game, these packs are really fun to open. When you draw a card during your turn, you create one of the Racer Pilot tokens. Ooh, you can make a lot of tokens with this. Boost 5. At the beginning of your turn, draw a card, and your creatures gain 5 mana. Okay, so I have beef with this. You have a 0/4. It cannot increase your speed at all on its own. It needs another card, and it's a mythic. I feel like this should be a rare. They don't have to necessarily tie card power to rarity, but I feel like for this to be a mythic, it should have at least had 1 power on its own. I mean, this thing is pretty solid, right? These little racer pilots, they're actually pretty solid. But I feel like it needed a little bit more love. Come on, give me the black mythic. Okay, we got black. So we need one of these 3 cards to shake and be mythic. That is not it. Okay, that's 2 new cards. No complaints. 3. Okay, you know what? 3 new cards. No complaints. I'll take the 3 new cards over the mythic, actually.
I'm actually happier with 3 new cards over a mythic in terms of just being able to complete the set. I will take that. Also, hi, Roy. How are you today? It's good to see you here. Okay. Shake. Shake. No, that was not a shake. And that was a dupe. Okay, this one's shaking. And it's new. This is a cool card. This is a really cool card. Okay. 16 mana. It's a blue support artifact. You activate 2. You destroy cards from your opponent's library. And then exhaust. You can do this whenever you want, basically. You're going to destroy the first cards of your opponent's library. Exile all cards from your opponent's graveyard. The first one destroys cards from your opponent's library. You destroy all cards from your opponent's graveyard, and then your opponent loses life equal to the number of cards exiled this way. So I feel like this card definitely has a lot of potential, especially if you wind up running something that destroys supports. You have this come out, you mill out their library, you exile stuff, and then you can destroy, and then with the exhaust, you exile the whole thing, and then you play another copy, and you just rinse, lather, and repeat. So I feel like this is a really cool card. And we got another non-dupe. Spicy. You're going to Salem? Dude, I heard in Salem that witches be crazy. Beware. I've never been to Salem, Massachusetts. Why are you going to Salem? Are you going to Salem for work? Or are you just going for fun? All right, one of these two. Shake and give me a Bloodghast. Yes. No. Okay. New card. Not entirely upset, but wanted Bloodghast. Okay. This is actually going to pair really well with that masterpiece from earlier. So at the beginning of your turn, your zombies get +1/+1. At the end of your turn, you return a random creature card from your graveyard to your hand and make it a zombie. What is up with my throat? More tea, I think. Work and fun. You see, that's the right mindset. You know, if my work ever sent me on a trip, that would be the mindset I would take. Work and fun. I suppose any trip I go on with my family counts as a work trip, doesn't it? Because I'm a stay-at-home dad. And I do have fun on some of those. Come on. This was fun. One of my... I was chatting last night with one of my best friends. And he recently went on a cruise with his family. He's one of those nutters that believes that everyone should have massive families, and the higher that your IQ is, and the fewer, just the higher your IQ, your IQ is, the it becomes like your duty almost to make as many kids as you can to try and pass your genes on. As I said, he's a nutter, but I love him. Fantastic human being. Anyways, so he went with his 4 kids and his wife on a cruise. And so they get on the cruise, and the ship takes off, and his son has a tummy ache. Turns out he's constipated. But the wife is really worried that he's sick, so she insists that my friend takes his son to the cruise doctor. But the thing is that basically once you go to a doctor on a cruise, they're so worried about people getting sick and spreading it on a cruise, because a cruise is kind of like a super spreader event, that they had that they put him and his kid and his other kids and his family into lockdown quarantine until they proved that he wasn't sick anymore. But the thing is that he didn't have a fever, he didn't have any other symptoms. It was just that he was constipated. And so then after that, his body started clearing house, and they didn't take that as proof that he wasn't sick. And then they wanted to leave them at one of the ports, and it was just a hot mess. No pun intended. Anyways, I should go back to looking at cards. Kind of like what Elon is doing. Yeah, except that Elon's grandpa was a Nazi. So, I mean, that's great. Yeah, we want more of those people in the world. This is not reflecting my political views, apart from the fact that I hate the Nazi Party. Just saying. I'm just saying, right? I'm not gonna get into like active political talk here, because I know that everyone has their own beliefs, and I respect that everyone has their own beliefs. And I don't want to get into that argument, because I feel like everything is so polarized right now in terms of what people believe. But yeah. All right, when you discard a card from your hand, create a zombie token. You see, this is exactly what I meant. There's so much discard stuff in this set. And every time you discard, you get a 2/2 zombie. At the beginning of combat, you may discard a card. If you do, your first creature gets... See, this is a really cool card. I am absolutely going to be playing with that card. I'm absolutely making a discard deck. I could use my Psychic Frog. That would be cool. I like Psychic Frog. We'll see. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of cards that I want to brew with here, which is good. Bloodghast. Nah, chat. Bloodghast. All right, so just for clarification, I want Bloodghast because I love the card, not because I think it's a top chase card. Just in case any of you are like, ooh, Nelvazar really wants Bloodghast, I should try and target Bloodghast with everything I own. No. Target the frog with everything you own. That card is insane. Desert can't get rid of the dumb thing. Requisition Raid can't get rid of the dumb thing. Rakdos can't get rid of the dumb thing. The dumb thing comes back, and then it will start to chip away at... That card is stupid. I'm done. Frog. Oh my gosh, I didn't look at what's in this pack. What am I doing with my life? This is a new pack. All right, we got Boom Mobile. We don't even know what to expect. We get the dragon. Oh my gosh, I love these packs. They're so fun. So many. Oh man, this art is gorgeous. You guys are going to get a close-up look at my face, and I'm sorry. You know what? No, I'll just wait until the pack is done, and I'll make the art bigger. My eyes are dog do. This. That's cool. Oh yeah, I'm way too close to the microphone now. We'll whisper. This art is gorgeous. Do you guys like this art too? I think it's really cool. Yeah, that's really, really cool. P.S. Sergio, draw me something in this style, please. Okay, thanks. Okay. All right, let's keep going. What is in this pack? Oh, this has the Gear Hulk. I really want this card. Okay, that's what I want most from this pack. I want the Gear Hulk. This is a cool card too. I just don't see it being great. Oh, that's where you got yours, Andrew? Yeah, I just got that god. That thing is amazing. You know, I just had that thought too, Roy. I don't know. Is ASMR, do they whisper? Is that what that is? Like, is that actually a thing? My kids got into the medicine cabinet? Cool, thanks. When a creature you control becomes blocked, it gets trample at the end of your turn. If you have a creature in your hand, put it into play. I mean, that's pretty cool. I got the Oil Deep Gear Hulk. Yes. Stay appropriate. Do not be real you. Okay, we're good. All right, so what I want here is the Gear Hulk. Yeah, that's what I want. Although there's a lot of mythics I don't have from this pack. I got so many mythics from the other pack. But this pack has some serious goodies. All right. Let's get some more new stuff. That would be sweet. Yes, I like this. Get rid of shield counter. There's a lot of things that give shield counter in the set, so having a removal card that gets rid of shield counter and then destroys everything could wind up being solid. We'll see. Some silent, some whisper. All right. YouTube had like a playlist thing going for my kids. Where they were watching Pokemon card pack openings. Since you can't actually get Pokemon cards in stores anymore, you can just watch openings of them online, and there was a new set came out, and they were really excited, and they want to see what it looks like without actually buying them, because you literally can't buy them. And so then it went from the video they were watching, and I was just sitting with them, and it popped up a new one, and it turned out that it was an ASMR of just some, like, pretty young lady opening packs, and then she was just whispering into the microphone, and I was like, this is really awkward. Like, there's like this sensual whisper as if it's in my ear, because I've got an AirPod in. And it's like someone sensually whispering in my ear as they open Pokemon card packs. I don't like this. Afterburner Expert. This is another card that I think is cool. More so for newer players than for... So, nowhere where I live has Pokemon. So the new set came out, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go to GameStop, and I'll get a 3-pack for each of my kids so they can pack war them, because I like to pack war each of the new sets. And so I went there, and there was a line of well over 100 people going all the way out through the whole parking lot, just waiting for the store to open. And the store had, it was a GameStop, and it had a sign taped to the front saying that they had 17 and 6. So 17 of one kind of pack to sell and 6 of the other, and that was it. So 23 total product. You could get 2 product per person entering, and the line was well over 100 people. And I was like, what the heck? Why can't you buy packs in stores anymore? Because scalpers are going and they're buying out all the product and they're selling them online for 3 to 4 times the cost of MSRP. And they're doing such a thorough job of canvassing stores everywhere that you can't go to a store and buy packs. If you try and go to Target, you try and go to Walmart, you try and go to GameStop, you can't find them for MSRP. And there's a lot of card stores now that are also doing this, where they're going to like Targets and they've got the stock times and they just go there as soon as stock is there, and then they just load up their carts and they take them out. There's apparently Costco came out recently and said that they refuse to sell Pokemon cards ever again because people were literally getting into fist fights. They were just waiting at the doors of Costco to open, and then they were running in and getting into fist fights to try and get the Pokemon cards and get as many into their cart as they could. And rather than doing the sensible thing and putting a product limit on it, they have set it so that scalpers can just go and they just completely load their carts and they buy them and then they sell them online, and it's a massive problem. So the game is entirely inaccessible to children, even though it's a children's card game. It's not like Magic, which is for adults, where it's like, oh, okay, if adults are getting into squabbles about adult games, cool, but it's adults getting into squabbles about a kid's game, because like adults realistically collect cards, sure, but like they're not really playing Pokemon that much, I feel like, because it's just sort of like a blast from the past. So, anywho, it's happening everywhere, Sergio. Everywhere. It's an actual problem. Like, there's a lot of Targets that are now refusing to stock Pokemon cards. Walmart, I don't think, is there yet. But they're just like the big chains around the U.S. and are stating that they're cutting stocking because of the fights that it's causing. Anyways, back to Magic, which is where we are. So this is a 4/2 exhaust. You exile a card from your hand to give it a permanent +4/3 buff. And then if this is in your graveyard and it gets destroyed and then you exhaust something, then you just return it to the battlefield under your control. So I feel like there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with this card. Getting 8 mana for an 8/5 is solid. With when something gets exhausted, you bring this thing back and then you can just sort of keep it going. So goblins are the best. I love goblins. But this one's really cool, I think. I think that's a really cool card. I haven't gotten any mythics from these packs. So, come on. Please. Come on. Okay, it's a new card. Not upset. When you cycle, destroy a random opposing artifact or enchantment. 6 for a 3/3. See, look at this. Everything is cycling 6. Why? Seems like they settled on this arbitrary number of 6. I don't get it. I'll take all these non-dupes, though. These collector's boxes are fantastic. Oh, I love opening these things. I understand that they are not something that most people can open. They are very expensive. The one that I was sent is like a $95 collector's box. If I was not sent one, I would probably never open one. Not because I wouldn't want to open one, but because I can't spend that kind of money on video games. So, I think they're really cool. However, there is a but, a massive but, like just a massive but, and it's that they're very expensive. However, if you can afford them, they are really fun to open. At the beginning of your turn, you control another artifact. Your creatures get +2/+2 permanently, then return the first artifact from your graveyard to your hand. At the beginning of combat, your first creature gets 6/10. Unblockable and vigilance. Oh, that's cool. And it's white. Ooh, this is a really cool card to throw into Puzzle Masters Ajani. Invigorate Leadership, right? Because those little cat tokens just all of a sudden become 6/10 bonus with unblockable, vigilant. You put lifelink and you put prevent damage on it. Yeah, this card is solid. That's really solid. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Okay, so my first mythic from this is this Salvation Engine. It's 25 mana though. Jeez. All right, when a non-token creature enters the battlefield, it gains 5 mana. That's pretty expensive. I'll give it a shot. 6 shields is nice because it's gonna have staying power. It's not just gonna get off the battlefield. But last one of these packs. Come on, something good. When this support is just... Jeez, this card is awful. Oh my gosh. Hey there, the hunter. How are you? Ooh, that's a really cool thing you've got there. What's that little emote? What? That little hand? I gotta go to my other screen. What? You know what I should do? I should add memberships to my channel. That would make sense. That would make sense. What I want to do is I want to make fewer videos but stream more. I love making videos, but just the editing time in them makes it so that it's very difficult for me to make videos. Whereas streaming, I can just sit down and do and play and chat with you guys. And so making videos on YouTube is part of what makes it so that it's more possible for me to do this. Videos get more clicks and views and stuff. But I have more fun streaming. I like being able to chat with you guys. That's honestly my favorite thing about doing this. Exhaust, this creature gets 1/1 and double strike. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Exhaust. You may exile a card from your hand. If you do, all your other cards on the battlefield without exhaust and perform. Yeah, all of them do that. I need to make an exhaust deck. Because if I had to do the triggers separately for all the cards, that would be exhausting. But I should be ashamed of myself. But, oh gosh, boost 7. Ugh. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a goblin token. Then your goblins get haste. All right. Your videos have 0 editing time. Are you making videos, Hunter? My videos, so for me to make a video, let's say that I shoot for somewhere between a half hour and we'll say 6 hours, depending on the video. And then the editing time, most of them are between a half hour and an hour and a half of shooting. And then the editing time for me is, at this point, I'd say an hour and a half per video. I'd say that my editing time is an hour and a half per video, with all the cuts and the transitions and normalizing audio levels and throwing in like extra images or edits. Yeah, I'd say it's an hour and a half per video. It's a lot. So like to make even like a half hour, right? Like if there's something that's really quick that I want to showcase, and then I have to make a thumbnail. So if let's say there's like a half hour thing that I want to showcase, then I know that half hour thing that I want to showcase is going to take me like 3 hours. No, 2 hours to actually showcase. I mean, I'm getting a lot more shakes on these than I normally do. I normally don't get shakes on these. Ah, good on you, Hunter. In Discord, send me a link to your channel and I'll check out some of your videos. Assuming you want to do that. There's no pressure. All right. What do we get from this one? Absolutely nothing. Although on the plus side, I feel like once we got out of the premium packs, the non-dupe cards have just been flowing from these packs, which is really good. 5 minutes. Oh, that's great. I wish I could last 5. I'm too tired. I did not sleep well last night. Oh my gosh, look at this. You see what I just said? I start opening these non-premium packs and I get these non-dupes. I got 3 non-dupes in this pack. What is going on? All right, let's go. Let's go. More goodies, please? Ooh, that's weird. That shouldn't be happening. $3 hours? Okay, it really depends on the video though, right? Like my Planeswalker tier list videos take me like a week. So production time Post-production time was a week. Pre-production time was 2 weeks, 3 weeks, plus like play testing. I don't know. The Planeswalker videos take me like, I don't know, 2 months to make. Those are a big one for me. They basically took up my entire recording time for the holidays. All right, so that's all my regular packs, but let's see how I'm doing now. So we went from 16 commons and 17 uncommons missing to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 uncommons. 16 to 7. Oh, that's pretty dang good. And 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9 uncommons. Okay, that's great. So went from missing 16 commons to 7. Went from missing 17 uncommons to 9. So that means that I went from missing 33 commons and uncommons to now missing just 16. How about rares? How am I doing on rares now? This is going to be a lot, isn't it? It's 5, 10, 14, 21, 26. Oy, 26 rares, and then 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mythics. 8 mythics, and then there's the masterpieces. There's a lot of masterpieces in this set. No, 10, 14. So I'm missing 14 masterpieces. So how am I doing on the set? So that's what, 20, 30, 40, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 64. So I'm missing 64 cards. 64 cards. I'm debating if it's worth it for me to get one last premium pack just to try and get a few more cards to get closer to finishing the set. Because I only ever get one month of VIP. I don't know. I know that Gauze uses a lot of AI for his stuff, and I don't use any AI. And I imagine, and I'm not sure, but I imagine that cuts some of his time. But he does do a lot, like a lot. So I imagine that he does some things in less time than it would take me, but I still imagine that he's got a lot of time in that production. You know what? Let's open one more of these. It's day 1. Let's see if I can just get a few more non-dupes. That's the goal. The goal here is just to get more non-dupes. Watch me get all dupes now that I said that. Okay, oh, never mind. There's one. I think that was an uncommon. Okay, but it's one. I just need to trim this down to needing like 30 whatever cards. Oh, and I'm actually going to get one more. I'm going to get one more level up one as well. So that means that I probably didn't need to open this one. Yeah, I probably did. Get new cards. I like this card. See, this goes to the discard that I was talking about, right? When you discard a card from your hand, your first creature gets 2/0 until end of turn. And when a creature you control attacks, draw a card. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, so that's 2 new cards. We like that. Let's try and get some more new cards, please. All the new cards would be great. Come on. Oh, we got the Manatee. That's 3 new cards. 4 new cards. I'm feeling good about this premium pack. 4 new cards. I like this. Now, that's not new. We got this. Last chance for a mythic. If you're wondering why I didn't say last chance for a masterpiece, because I believe that masterpieces are functionally impossible to get from boosters. When they happen, great, but you don't rely on it. Okay, so that's 4 new cards. 4 new cards. All right. I'll take that. 4, that was, I think, 1 new rare, which puts me at 25. 3 new common? No, 2 new commons, which puts me at needing 5, and 1 uncommon, which puts me at 8, I think. All right, now let's go to the bottom where we've got some extra goodies. I've already got the frog thing, so I've already got what I want out of the set. What's in this pack? I want Boros Charm. Oh, I want the Gear Hulk. Okay. Well, let's open these two here at the bottom. These are also from my collector's box. Get a dupe. Yep. At this point, that checks out. You want to give me something spicy? Platinum spicy box? No spicy. Okay. So then what I want this to be is I want this to be multicolored. What are the odds on these? 71 and 28. Yeah, all right. Am I going to be opening anything else from the new set, though? Is the question. I don't think so, but I want to double check the events. I want to double check the events before I open that. Hey, Chandra. Is there anything in here that gives new packs? Ending event. Plague infestation. Quick battle. No, there is not. Okay. So let's go back to the shop. Did they fix cycling yet? What's the problem with cycling? I'm going to assume that the answer to that is no. All right, let's go back. What are the odds that I get this? So that's about 30% for those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 72 divided by 4 is 19. So there's a roughly 19% chance that I get the Gear Hulk in the first pack. All right. Come on. Give me the Gear Hulk. Give me my 19% chance. Multicolored. Yes? Yes. Don't you love it when that happens? That's the good stuff. Oh, man. Today's openings are going great. Coalstoke Gear Hulk. 5/4 for 12. When it enters the battlefield, return the first creature from anybody's graveyard to play under your control and give it finality. That's just fantastic. I am stoked. Sweet. Good stuff. Do I care about anything else in this pack? Not really. Yes, I want Boros Charm. I want the Drogskull Reaver. I wouldn't mind playing with Ovia. Pianalar looks interesting, but the Boros Charm is the card that I think I'd want the most. That's remaining. But that's not it. It's going to be that. Oh, it's Aetherflux Conduit. Whenever you cast a spell, increase this card's level by its cost. At the beginning of your turn, if its level is 100 or more, you may discard your hand to draw 6 cards and make all the cards in your hand cost 0. I don't know about this card, guys. If you've cast enough things to get your spell level to 100, I feel like you should win the game. If you've cast 100 mana worth of spells, you should have already won the game. You don't need 6 cards that now cost 0. Just my 2 cents. All right. What's in this pack? Ooh, there's a lot of stuff I don't have. Do I want anything in the pack? I want Temet. That's it. Temet. As for the rares, I wouldn't mind Thopter Fabricator. I wouldn't mind Aganosaur Rex. This one is 14 for an 8/8, which is solid. And when you cycle this, target creature you control gets 3/3, trample, and shield counter 1. So you could use this to just help protect one of your beefier buds. And as for this thing I think is going to pair nicely with Satoru. Whenever you draw a card, create a Thopter token. And I think Satoru makes it so whenever a creature comes down, you draw a card. If one of you guys wants to correct me, that would be great. But I'm pretty sure that this is going to pair really well with Satoru. I'm even pronouncing his name badly because I'm tired. Whatever. I've been doing a lot of Duolingo Japanese lately when I have a chance to just like work on my fluency there. I just got you, Captain. Oh man, maybe I didn't need that premium pack after all. That's okay. I wanted the Captain. And I got the Oil Deep Gear Hulk again. Okay. We take those. I already got it. This particular elite pack is kind of what do we get? The Last Ride. It's an interesting card. I wish they gave it 2 shields instead of 1. Like, if this is your only vehicle in your deck, you got 5 mana for something that's going to make your first creature get 12/12, right? 13 minus, yeah, it's 12/12, and then at the end of your turn, draw a card and lose 2 life. I mean, it's okay. It's going to draw you cards. You're going to lose life, which I actually don't see as a downside, really. Life loss is not bad. I don't like it if it deals damage to you, but life loss is no big deal. All right, what else do we get here? A red card. Galvanic Blast. That shark looks very derpy. Deal 7 damage to target creature, 7 damage to your opponent. Okay, so this thing's going to need a creature. If you control an artifact, deal 14 to target creature and 14 to your opponent. All right, like, this is okay. This is okay. It needs a creature to deal damage to. You know, this could be interesting with like Phyrexian Vindicator, right? Like if you've got an artifact out, then you're dealing 28 to your opponent for 7 mana as a spell, which isn't bad, and you're not going to destroy it either. There's stuff that you can do with Galvanic Blast. I don't think it's great because you're not going to use it in every situation, but it's not bad. Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm excited for this pack, guys. I could get Bloodghast here. So long as I don't have bad luck and get masterpieces, I will get Bloodghast. I'll have 2 72% chances to get Bloodghast. So the likelihood that I get Bloodghast in one of those 72% chances is pretty high. It's pretty high. What's this? Oh, this is the discard. This is an interesting card. Especially with all the discard stuff in the set. This is an interesting card. You could run this. I actually want this card. You run this with Lock and Load, Time Reversal. Just get a lot of discard going. When it enters the battlefield, fetch the first vehicle and give it full mana. This could be interesting with that white vehicle that I pulled that makes things beefy. We got Pima. I think Pima's okay. Gauze spoiled that card. I think it's okay. Fire Streaker I think is cool. Main Loop spoiled that one. Adaptive Omni Tool. Oh, that's not bad. Beginning of your turn, your creatures get 1/1 for each artifact you control. When your first creature attacks, fetch the first artifact and give it full mana. Okay, Adaptive Omni Tool with Priest of the Crossing could be interesting. But anyways, what I want is Bloodghast. Because I want to build a deck with Bloodghast in paper. Nope, that's butts. I have that. Oh, that thing can actually get a masterpiece. I doubt it, but it's possible. What are you going to give me? Multicolored and a mythic that I already have. Okay. So, you please give me black and blue. That's what I'd like. I want black or blue. Black or blue, please. Preferably black on the first one. Yep. There we go. Ah, Bloodghast. Perfect. This creature can't block. Beginning of combat. If your opponent has 50 or less life, it gains Death Touch. Who cares? When you cast a land, if it's in your graveyard, return it from the graveyard to play. I think this card is going to be a banger. It's got haste. Perfect. Well, I'm very excited about this. I love this card in paper. Although it looks very different in paper, by the way. Okay, I take that back. This is obviously a paper drawing. I have the original one from Zendikar. But, alright, now if this would be blue, that would just, I'd be tickled blue. Alright, well, I actually don't mind this, just because I have a deck that I can build with this. Okay, so day 1 pulls. Day 1 pulls. Let's see how we did. I think that today was pretty darn good. I got 4 masterpieces. I pulled 3. I spoiled this Territorial Aetherkite, and so I got this. You need to do better than that, Hunter. You need to get gathered. You know what? I'm doing Bloodghast first. Bloodghast first. Okay, so still. Anyways, four masterpieces. That's pretty good. Oh, man. 14 mythics. That's great. Oh, my gosh. I've got so much content to make. This is great, guys. I have a lot to make content on in this set. I have a lot to make content on. Oh, yeah. I have a lot to make content on. This is fantastic. Discard your hand, draw 6 cards, deal 6 to target creature, and gain 12 mana. Ooh, for the discard. Oh, that's spicy. Okay, anyways. Yeah, this stupid frog god thing. All right, yeah, okay, that's really darn good. Rares, how did we do? 24 rares. This is good. This is real good. Okay. One last thing to do here real fast. Yeah, this is a great day one of pulls. We're going to go to... Oh, man, how do you find Chandra? Where is she? There's like 50 pages of Chandra. I know, she's actually over here. All right, let's boost her up. Hello there. I'm King Go Crazy. I think I got that right. My alt screen is all the way over to the right today. And so in trying to read it, I'm half blind. I'm not actually half blind. I see okay. But I recognize certain avatars and names from people who are here often. So, for example, Sergio I recognize, the Hunter I recognize, Roy I recognize. Earlier when Chewbacca was here, I don't know that Chewie's still here, but I recognize Chewie. But you are new here, so welcome. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm King Go Crazy. All right, so let's get Chandra up to 60. Chandra's going to go to +9. I feel like this thing can make an incredible amount of... Oh my gosh, Francisco. How are you? It's been a while. Oh, you want to know what to chase in the set? I'm going to show you a card, Francisco. If you haven't seen any spoilers for this, look at this thing. Seriously, what the heck were they thinking? Why does this exist? Look at this card. Come on. My screen is frozen. Yep, stop it. There we go. Look at this thing. Why does the 11 mana, 6/6, reach, and prevent damage? So you can block everything. You're flying. You're not flying. It's not going to kill it because it's got prevent damage, even if it's got death touch. At the beginning of your turn, it buffs itself and you draw a bonus card. And if this thing does die, if your opponent does kill it with a destroy effect, it comes back to your hand and gets most of its mana to come back out again the following turn. You just can't get rid of this thing. This thing is disgusting. Hi, Bongo. Did you see in patron chat I sent you the Duretti video, by the way? Yeah, Bongo, this card is the dumbest dumb card that I've seen in a long time. Like, I looked at this thing and I was like, no. I missed some text. I missed something that said that this has some caveat that makes it so it can't block at first. There's got to be some requirement that you need to fulfill. No, there is no requirement. This thing just exists. This thing is stupid. So that one's pretty dumb. This card here looks pretty nutty to me as well, especially because Grist exists, and Grist is a massive turd on meta. This thing is only 12 mana. It's a 5/4. It's an artifact. This thing is, when it enters the battlefield, so not on cast, when it enters the battlefield, you return the first creature from target graveyard to the battlefield under your control. So anytime that Grist happens, this thing comes out, and then this thing pulls out another creature, so you can get 2 creatures for the price of 1. And what's even funnier is if, let's say that you use like Breach the Multiverse, and you and your opponent have this thing, you could just sort of have this fun like ping, 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 where you just keep getting a bunch of these from graveyard to graveyard, which could be kind of funny. Bloodghast is cool, but I just love the look of this myself. That's not so much like a chase card. Where's the other banger chase card that I got? This thing. I like this thing a lot. You know that blue enchantment in the Master of Keys video you sent me? This thing, if you just have this thing get recreated every turn, You just wipe out your opponent's hand. And I know that you could run Alcazats as well, but Alcazats is eventually going to rotate out, and this thing is going to stay in. And this thing is also blue, so you can run this in blue. This could be a bonus card that you run with Teferi Chronoclast. And I think this is actually going to make Teferi Chronoclast quite a bit stronger, because Teferi Chronoclast's problem is getting 1, set up, and then 2, it has very little ways of staying in the game once it takes damage or falls behind. And this thing is really hard to get rid of. It gets rid of cards from your opponent's hand very quickly for only 10 mana, which is very easy to drop down. And it gets rid of cards from your opponent's hand. And it has lifelink, so it's going to keep you in the game longer. So I think that this card is a very, very good card. I think that's a chase-worthy card as well. Let's see. For masterpieces, there is a masterpiece that I think is big time worth chasing. I didn't get it today. It's Temet. I think Temet is very chase-worthy, Bongo. It's kind of like Knowledge is Power in a zombie. It's tricolor, white, blue, and black. Vigilance 4/4, and when your first creature attacks, you draw a card, you gain 7 mana, and anytime you draw a card, permanently reinforce all your zombies. But we just have so many things that turn your creatures into zombies that I think that this card is pretty big. So, as it is, it's a 4/4 for 12 with Vigilance that every turn is going to be attacking and reinforcing itself. So it's going to go from 4 to 8 to 12. And it's also going to draw you a card and gain you mana. So this is like an auto add into so many Coalition event decks for me, honestly. Just being a 4/4 with Vigilance that empowers itself and draws cards and gains mana. So even if you're not running other zombies, and it's got 3 colors, so you can run it in so many decks, I think is a really big card. So I'd say that those are the biggest chase cards in the set for me right now. I did not get the Nissa Masterpiece. I don't think it's as crazy as it seems, because it's not giving spells the mana. And if you're running this in a deck that you're looping, you're probably looping with a lot of spells. So I don't know. It may be crazy. I don't see it yet. I'll have to play with it. What's this? Cool. Ooze. Is the ooze out? I want to play with that. That's an exclusive? Is the ooze here? The ooze is not here. No ooze. All right. Cool. I will check that out later. But first, we're going to test out some cards. I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this. All right, we're doing Bloodghast first. Bloodghast has to be the first one. No, don't get caught on my sleeve, please. Bloodghast. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. All right, where are you? Grist. I hate you so much. Grist, you are a blight on this game. I don't need to show all cards anymore. No. New set, por favor. Where is mi amigo? Bloodghast. Oh, actually, Bloodghast plus the Gear Hulk could be pretty funny. I'm just being... Bloodghast plus Gear Hulk could be pretty funny. This is tempting. No, I want as many Bloodghasts as possible to be in my graveyard. I do. All right. So then here we want... Creature Graveyard. There's really 2 cards that I'm looking for here. No. Yes. Gather the Pack, which it's not showing because it's being a turdlet. Fine. Gather the Pack. Spell correctly, please. Thank you, Michael. And then it's some rare green spell. Archdruid's Charm? Yeah. Although, this is creatures or lands. There's something else that puts creatures in the graveyard. What else throws creatures in the graveyard? What am I missing here? Yeah, there's like Sunken Citadel loops and stuff. I just don't find them as consistent, personally. Threats Undetected could work here, right? Let's put them in the bottom. I don't want to put things on the bottom of my library, though. There's something else that throws creatures in my graveyard. All right, I do want Flare of Cultivation. All right. Well, you know what? Let's throw my lands in first. Let's do that. We want land. Invest. All right. We want these lands because these lands are going to be what we absolutely want. We got black green. We want black green, black red, red green. Black green, black red. Where's red green? Red green. Okay, we want those for lands. And then I guess I'll put demo in here just because demolition field should be in almost every deck. And then over here we want breach the multiverse. And then to round this out I need removal because I've been a lazy git and I haven't thrown any removal in this deck. So I want Tempt of Discovery. Oh, but I don't have. Oh, I'm being a dingus. Hold up. Flare of Cultivation, you're out. Tempt of Discovery, you're in. Coalition Victory, you're in. And lastly, where are you? Mystic Teachings, I'm in. Okay. Sure. We'll try it like this. This looks funny. They came from the pipes? No? Wait, yes. Yes, I have. Is that the one that is Manifest Dread? That's got to be the Manifest Dread one, right, Sergio? Because if so, that card is broken. That card is absurd. All right, so we need to get into Gather the Pack. Oh, I've already got a Bloodghast. Hello. Nice to see you, buddy. All right, let's just get a whole bunch of lands, get a bunch of things that are going to draw me some cards. We got some conversion that I don't really care too much about. Can I trigger any of the clues? I can trigger a clue. Is there a better way to trigger the clue? There is a better way to trigger the clue. This way. Okay, that gets me a Mortuary, which I don't really care about. But I've already got 2 Bloodghasts down. Man, these things just ramp fast. Demo. Gather the Pack. Yes. Yeah, this is what we wanted. Look at this. This. This is fun. Let's get Loyalty and that. Let's gather the pack. We'll throw 4 of them in. Demolition Field should bring me 4 Bloodghasts. Yes. Oh, this is exactly what I needed in my life today, guys. This is beautiful. Yeah, you go ahead. Ping me. I dare you. This is everything I needed in my life today, guys. Yeah, this is everything I needed in my life today. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and get another Gather the Pack here. So let's see. We're just going to play more of these lands to get some clues. Yeah. Okay, we'll get the Bloodghast. Right? Yeah, this was a really easy match. This... I'm going to go with this one, just in case I can get a Cascade. Just saying. It was possible. Bloodghast. I love this so much. Hello, little buddy. You're dead. Oh, hey, that was Kilroy. I know you, Kilroy. Kilroy, are you in here today? You just got smacked by a Bloodghast real fast. Oh, man. That was... that was fun. That was real fun. That's what you gotta go for, Hunter. You use those lands that investigate so your hand just keeps getting populated over and over and over again with cards. That also cost like nothing so that Grist can play them on any black match. And then you get your Ghasts and do dirty things. Okay, Commercial District obviously has to be card number 1 here. And And then we want to go white into green. Yeah. Yeah. White into green, just so that we definitely get the land down. Okay. That's solid. We get a theater. We like that. I think the green makes sense. I do have the loyalty into white, but if I take the loyalty into white, that's also going to give my opponent a blue match, which I don't want to do. So I'll take it like this. They get a blue match anyways. Whatever. Oh, there it is. There it is. Get it. Ooh, we get a Bloodghast this turn. Oh my gosh, guys. Bloodghast is so fun. I could go for the landfall. Or I could try... both of them have the same odds. Same odds of getting a Cascade. Alright. 9 mana. So then here what I want to do is, as much as I want Tempt with Discovery, I would rather get 4 Bloodghasts. Yeah, between Tempt with Discovery and 4 Bloodghasts, I'm going to take the 4 Bloodghasts. I'm going to leave your gold token alone here. So let's get 4 Bloodghasts. Whee! Hey guys! And there's really no getting rid of them either. Like, you can exile them, but these things are sort of here to stay. Oh, you're drawing me a... Oh! Another Gather the Pack! Come on! Give us the goods! Yes. Feed me. Give me my Bloodghasts. Feel my pain. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna get... Oh, this is going to be so beautiful. They're not going to cast, but I'll take Mystical Teachings. That's going to get me 4 more Bloodghasts. Ah, jeez. And we're going to get 2 more from my hand. Yeah. In they come from the graveyard. In they come. All the Raging Clues. Goodbye, Bubble Toes. This is fun. This is real fun. Grist is stupid, but this is real fun. I like this a lot. Webcore, if any of you guys wind up watching this, thank you for making Bloodghast. This is honestly one of my favorite cards in Paper, and you did this right. Like, all-time favorite cards in Paper. I have a deck built around it and everything. It's a Golgari deck. Alright. It uses that with Skull Clamp, and Skull Clamp away the Bloodghasts, and then get them all back for free with lands coming down and fetch lands and goodness. It's like a platinum spicy box. Okay. We're going to go Demo Field into Breach the Multiverse. We're not going to have Demo Field come down in case I get a crazy Cascade, though. Okay. Well, we're going to go black. I'm up against Aminato. This is actually the first time I have ever faced Aminato as an opponent. Which is staggering. That this is my first time ever facing Aminato as an opponent. You know what? Let's save the theater. Let's try and breach the multiverse first. I want some information on what my opponent is playing. There's just so many possible things that they could be using, and I would love to get some information on what they're playing. Match-wise, I'll take black into white. There's so many. Yeah, I'm going to take black into white. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting this coalition victory charged up a little bit, because all that I'm going to get from my own graveyard is a Bloodghast. And then from my opponent... I don't want to see that down. No, I'm going to take that. Yeah, I'll take the Emrakul. Thank you very much. Alright, so... let's get Raucous Theater. No, let's get the Mortuary done first. Yeah, let's get the mortuary down first. Let's see, I can go... that black match is pretty dang good, though, right now for me. It's got 2 black gems. Although, how far am I from my first again? I'm pretty far. Because I could go blue into red into potentially green on top. Or I could get double black on the bottom. With both of them being activate gems. I'm going double black. Because this gets me the mortuary with a clue and the theater with a clue. And then I'm guessing that my opponent pops this right here. This is the match I'm guessing they do. Which draws me a card. Yep. I was hoping that that would be a gather the pack. All right, they're going to steal my Bloodghast. That does not surprise me at all. All right, so now I just need to freeze this down for a second. And then we're going to get rid of all my opponent's cards because fair and balanced. All right, we're going to get a bunch of Raging Clues. I should get a Bloodghast from this. Yeah. And then I'm going to Coalition Victory to just wipe my opponent's hand. Is this one of my clues? It is one of my clues. Does my opponent have any supports? They do not have any supports. I could just get the green. I could get the red into green for a double match. Is this a Raging Clue? That is a Raging Clue. I'm going to do that, because that also gets 2 of the other matches. So this gets rid of my opponent's board. And then, that gives me a Gather the Pack. Heck yeah. Okay, so now I just need to draw a land and I win the game. You've got Demo Field. Bad news. I have Demo Field, and mine came out first. Mine was first, so you don't get Demo Field anymore. Let's see. I've got a black match, which guarantees the commercial district is coming down. So let's just end the game here. Is there a more fun match that I can make? I don't know what spell I'll get from the Mystical Teachings. So as much as I want to play the Mystical Teachings to make like a big boom turn, the better play is just to take the commercial district and get all of my Bloodghasts back. So how many do we get here? 1, 2, 3. Just 3. All right, well, I get 3 more from my hand. That's 4, 5, 6. That's still game over. Man, these are fun. These are real fun. Okay, if you get you know what? I take back the okay, so here's the thing. Condensing thoughts. Do you need to target Bloodghast right away? No. If you get Bloodghast, do I think you will be happy that you got Bloodghast? If you have cards to build around it, yes. Meaning, if you have Gather the Pack, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with the card. And spoiler alert, if you play this game, you have Gather the Pack. So, do I think you'll have fun with Bloodghast? Yes. All right, we're going to do one more match with this Grist Bloodghast deck. I'm having a lot of fun with this deck. I'm having a lot of fun with this deck. I should make a video on this. Or I should just stream it a bunch. Or both. Ah, dang. I was hoping that one of those spells would be a Gather the Pack. But no. No. Anything good here, match-wise? No. No good matches for me today. I don't want to give my opponent a blue match, even though my opponent's mana bonuses are kind of butts. So I don't really need to worry about that so much. Red is a better match for me, though, and there's 2 things that it could cascade. Yeah, cool. We take that. All day, every day. Get some conversion going. Sure. I'll just get all the lands down that I can. Yeah, okay. That's going to draw me another card. That gets me a Demolition Field. Because really, I just need to get Gather the Pack and Loyalty. That's really all that matters for me. So, Demo Field would be pretty sweet. I doubt this gets me a Bloodghast, but it could, right? Like, I'm only running 1 creature, so the likelihood of drawing that creature is pretty low there. Breach the Multiverse. All right, this just means that I can breach next turn. My opponent is playing Gomi. Okay. Oh, this is so freaking good, guys. Okay. What do I do here? I go for the red and hope I get red into black. No, I don't get red into black. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You're playing Satoru. I do not want that to come down. What does this one do? I don't want cards in my hand to get plot. I'll just take Satoru. Oh, that just does the gather the pack right away. That's so good. Guys, I'm so happy right now. Alright, we're going to get a Bloodghast. I'm going to start charging up Coalition Victory. I think it's time. So we're going to get a Raucous Theater down, which is going to get me 1, 2, 3... 3 more Bloodghasts. I should have exiled cards from my hand to try getting another Bloodghast. Gather the pack. Mystical Teachings. Oh, that could be the Gather the Pack. All right, I don't need all these lands. I just need like one land. So, let's see. Can we make anything magical happen? Red is 2, 5, 9. Okay, so that'll Mystical Teachings. Mystical Teachings will go off here. So what if I have Mystical Teachings into the underground? No, I need the Mortuary to go. Let's do Ghast. Yeah. Okay. So let's definitely do Mystical Teachings first. Okay. So let's get Mystical Teachings first. See what comes up. Let's go Breach the Multiverse. I want more things in the graveyard. I'll take another Satoru, which gives me a Gather the Pack. I don't have any Bloodghasts to throw away, though. But I do have another Gather the Pack. So, here, if I just get a somewhat decent spread, I can toss that. I need 13 mana. I can get 11 mana. I can only get 11. Oh, the black could cascade for me. That could be the way. The red could cascade as well. The green is 1 gem off. I'm going to gather the pack. Let's see if this works. Nope, I did not get the cascade. Oh well, it's game over anyways. And even if my opponent kills the things, they all come back. So, that's cool. That's terrifying, honestly. Very, very scary. Very, very scary. Okay, that's a good card. My game froze. Maybe? Nope. Cool, we're good. All right, so I love that thing. Now let's test out that stupid frog thing. What time is it? 12:20? All right. At some point soon, I need to go get lunch. So I'll test out the frog thing, and then I'll call it for today, and then I'll try and stream again this week. Unless there's a card or something that y'all want to see today for sure. Because I also want to test out new mechanics and stuff. I'd really like to do that. I don't think that's happening today, apart from maybe testing out Speed Boost. But I want to check out Luxa. I really want to try one of those discard decks too. Let's try Luxa. Let's try Luxa. Luxa, the Gear Hulk. Loot. I don't really need to try loot here. Excuse me. Let's see. What else can I try in this deck? What do you do again? You draw me a bunch of cards. Let's see. Gearhulk, Luxa. Let's try this. Gearhulk, Luxa. And something. Well, here. Can I use the Gearhulk Luxa thing here to start with, or does it's blue? Okay. 3 or more spells and 4 or more cards that cost 13 or more. Probably. I don't really care about objectively what's right here. So let's do this. I want to try the Gearhulk and Luxa. What other creatures do I have that would be interesting in here? Atraxa would be pretty dang cool too. Let's go with Atraxa as the last one. And then let's just be a good person. There's no point in me doing this downpour, probably. If I'm being reasonable. Leyline, Cryptex. Demo. Although Demolition Field has some issues with this walker. I could go with Coalition Victory, but I don't think I need that. Although Coalition Victory with this thing is stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And for the last one, I want something that draws me cards. Do I want Lock and Load? Or do I want... I mean, the Aegis is pretty good. I want Extravagant Replication. Although I think that Extravagant Replication is going to die really fast in this deck. Blue supports do not last long in this deck. But with the Gearhulk and Atraxa, that could be pretty dang good. How about I be less mean? I take out the Downpour. I throw in the Replication, just for fun. And I put in Mystical Tutor. Teachings? Mystical Teachings. Although then I've only got 1 spell. And I need 2. So that means I should take out a card. I'm going to take out the Guild Pact. And I'm going to throw in... Do I want Brainstorm? No. I'm gonna throw in Lock and Load. Let's try this. Spanky. I'm not sure that I agree with your name. But that's okay. I don't need to agree with your name. What do I get? Ambiguity, Demolition Field, Coalition Victory. Cool. Let's start with... I feel like I should start with Demolition Field. Especially against this Planeswalker. There's just a lot of bad blue-white supports. Extravagant Replication I want to save. Loyalty into green would be nice, but it sets up a white match for my opponent, and I don't want that. So I'll just take the white match, since I know that white is good for me too. And see what pops up after Demolition Field comes down. Is mediocre. I don't have any demo bubbles to pop, which is bad. So here I think I will just take the loyalty to get closer to my first. See what my opponent's going to do. They're going to make a mistake. All right. Let's see. Mystical Teachings is good. I'd like an ambiguity. I still somehow don't have any bubbles for Demolition Field, which is very rare. All right, so I'm going to get ambiguity, and then now I can use Teferi's first here and just start causing problems. I still haven't gotten the God. I have a blue with a bubble, and I like that. So let's see. I can Mystical Teachings into... I know I should technically not be getting a Lock and Load here, but I feel like my game is stalling here. Just there's not enough happening. So, all right, I get Cryptex and another demo field. Okay, so that's going to give me some conversion, which is important. And that's going to help me make more time bubbles. And then the coalition victory here is very, very good. Very, very, very good. So this is going to make 3 time bubbles. And I like that. So let's get the god down. Let's get time bubbles. That's going to help me with conversion. My opponent doesn't quite play anything. So now I've got conversion going. That's going to start draining my opponent's hand. I do want to get the coalition victory, and I do want the lock and load to come down as well. I can only get to 3. I don't love that. Is this my ambiguity? Yeah, I don't want to hurt my ambiguity. So I could go green into blue, or I could go black into blue. And black into blue gets rid of gems for my opponent. So that's the clear winner. We're going to go black into blue. It's going to drain from my opponent. I'm going to get rid of cards from their hand. My frog. Oh yeah, my frog draws me bonus cards every turn too. That's so stupid. Alright, so ambiguity's dead, but I've got another one in my hand. This is absurd. Alright, I don't actually want lock and load to come off here, so let's plot it. And then let's deny some more gems. Increase the cost of the cards in my opponent's hand. Let's try and tempt my opponent to take this match over here. And then I'm not going to. It's gonna get popped because of this. Although that does make a 5 match of red for my opponent, and I don't love that. But whatever. I get a Cryptex, another ambiguity, which is going to get some time bubbles. Now if they take this 5 match, they lose this first card in their hand as well. So do they take it? They're using their first to get rid of things, but now they lose their card as well. The time bubbles are doing their job. My opponent gets mana, but their hand just costs so much mana right now. So let's see. We're going to freeze down, lock, and load here. I've got the Gear Hulk too. Perfect. Okay, let's just keep making things more expensive. I want ambiguity down just because I want as many shields on that as I can get. That would be the way here. This could make a bunch of time bubbles. I'm going to go with the bubbles. Bubbles are just so good with ambiguity. And then this Planeswalker just gets so much mana from blue as well. So we get our Gear Hulk. That's going to get rid of their 2 cards. We're going to get ambiguity. It's going to get more bubbles. We're going to get a Mystical Teachings. You know, let's just... I could fully get rid of his hand here. You know what? I'll take the lock and load. Just, why not? They're going to lose their hand anyways to bubbles, so I don't need to worry about that. I'd rather just get cards. Oh my gosh, 2 more Mystical Teachings. Unbelievable. All right, so we're going to cast the first one and get Coalition Victory to get rid of his hand. We're going to cast the second one to get Lock and Load to get another free hand and start this madness again. So away goes their hand. Lock and Load comes out. I'd love an Extravagant Replication. That would be great. I get another Gear Hulk, but at this point it doesn't matter. I got the Frog God. And my opponent is well and good doomed here. So Frog God's going to keep drawing me bonus cards. This is disgusting. I know that this is just Teferi Chronoclast nonsense that's going on here. Like, I recognize that. With ambiguity shenanigans thrown into the mix, but this is just absurd. Like, the level of control that this has right now is just not fair. So we got Extravagant Replication. Is this at the beginning of combat? No, it's at the beginning of my turn. Okay. My opponent has a card in their hand. Let's have them not have a card in their hand, shall we? Let's see. I can do... You know, I'll just do this one, the white one, because I know that that's still going to get me more goodies. And that's going to get me another Gear Hulk down, which is going to get rid of their cards. Another ambiguity to just keep buffing up those shields. And now my opponent could use their first, so they really should use their first here to boost their... Oh, gosh, they get a Cascade, which dooms them. Disgusting. All right, so now I get a choice of which card I want more of. And so Here, I think I will take a bonus Atraxa, because that's just going to get me 2 more cards with half mana. And at this point, we just want all the creatures down. I could convert gems to blue here, but that really doesn't do very much. So, yeah, it doesn't do a lot for me to make all those gems blue. I guess I'll go black. Why not? It's got 2 gems from Demolition Field. So it's going to get me another Frog God. It's going to get me an Atraxa. This is just slow. Like, I mean, I win. This is obviously game over, right? But this is a very slow game over. All right, we're going to do this one this time. Just make sure they don't have cards. Even though I have another one in my hand. Just because, why not? I think I've completed all the objectives here, too. Yeah, I have. All right, so we'll get the Gear Hulk down. We'll get the Atraxa down. The Atraxa will give me 3 cards with mana because... Oh, nope, I'm going to lose them, I think. Right? Because it's a lock and load on top? Oh, it's a Mystical Teachings on top. Okay, so I'll just do this for a Coalition victory, even though I don't need it, just because I don't want lock and load to cast right here. And then I actually wouldn't mind a lock and load happening. So let's do this. Let's freeze those down. Let's do this. I should have frozen that Mystical Teachings. Or will that get me to 5 after all? That should be 5. 6? That should be spree 6. Yes. Okay. So now we'll get the victory banner. This is pointless. I already won the game. Why am I slowing this down? The game is already struggling miserably to keep up with all of what's on the battlefield. It has no idea what's going on. Let's just end it. Let's put poor Aminato out of her misery. All right. Well, that was silly. Let's try Boost real fast. Let's try 1 deck of Boost. I think that's the way. That stupid frog. Granted, this was with Teferi, but still. What does this one want? What was my objective here? Create 3 creature tokens. Cast 3 or less supports. No, I'm going to hard pass on that node right now. I'll come back to this event. We'll go back over here. Let's take a sneak peek at this. Where are you? You may destroy an artifact to draw a card and give it 11 mana. Otherwise, you just discard a card and draw 3. I like that. Create an Ether Bike token. That's just such a bad ability. I can't understand why. Okay. 3rd ability, destroy all supports. Okay, cool. We're going to use you as a mana battery. Let's use you with Boost. What do we got? I want to try this Ether Kite. When it enters the battlefield, it gets a buff. And then with Boost, it deals damage equal to my creatures and reinforcements. So I want to use goblins. Goblin tokens. Goblin token. So that's going to be Krenko and Goblin Negotiation. Yeah, that sounds fun to me. And then I'm going to want Conversion. So I'm going to want, what, Cryptex? And I'm going to want Leyline. And for this walker, I have a feeling I'm going to want Coalition Victory. I really hope they put Coalition Victory back in the vault, by the way. I'm going to want something that draws me cards. Roaring Furnace is cool. Volt Stride, you're just an automatic addition in any deck. Stupid card. Let's go with Wheel of Fortune as well. That's fun. We'll go with Chaos Warp. And then for the last card... Yep. What's something fun? This looks fun. This is a new card. And I have a feeling that I'm going to get a bunch of mana. Let's use a new card. You know what? Let me check and see if there's any other new cards that I would rather use, just in case. No? Probably not. No. The full throttle looks the most fun. Let's do a very quick check on New Shandy. New Shandy. And with speed and boost. Although I need the Hellkite to be able to get the speed boost emblem. Right? Oh, no. I've got it. No, that's just Chandra's. Oh, but because she has it, I just get the speed automatically? Is that how this goes? Maybe. Okay, so I need to get the Aetherdrift down. Okay, so let's check out how her passive works. Boost 2. When you make a red match by swap, you gain mana equal to your speed value. My speed value is currently 0. So if I make a red match here, I should get 0 extra mana. But once I start getting the extra mana, or once I start getting speed, all of my red matches should give me extra mana. I think that's how that's going to work. So let's see. I'm gonna actually bring up Wheel of Fortune here just so I can get more cards, potentially. All the other colors are going to be the same for me. So let's do it this way. So I get the kitty, and the kitty's going to start giving me speed. They got a demo field. They got a bunch of sports. Okay. And an Elspeth Vanguard. Well, this is making me feel really good about using this particular Planeswalker. So, okay, I'm at speed 2. So that means that if I make this red match, I should get 2 extra mana here. Let's test it. Yes, I did. I got 2 extra mana. So that gave me... No, I didn't get the extra mana, I don't think. Let's check the combat log. I think I got... I think I got shafted there. That's 12, that's 13. So I got 13... No, I got 12 mana when I should have gotten... Oh, no, it gave me the something else? Nope. I want to see... This is tricky. This one. Boost 2. Okay, so it's going to give me... It's going to be giving my kitty speed boost. Or a power boost. Okay. Okay. So it's going to be giving the kitty a power boost. Actually, there's no point in me even playing the Cryptex here because of the demolition field, probably. Right? I mean, I could play the Cryptex. It'll maybe draw me cards, but I think my better play is just going to be to Wheel of Fortune this. That's going to get rid of my opponent's critter, and then it gets me Goblin Negotiation, Leyline, Victory, Cranko, another Aetherkite, sweet, and another Aetherkite, also sweet. Okay, so now here I've got a 5. No, I would have had a 5. Eee, that's not good. Okay, so I need Goblin Negotiation to happen. Although Goblin Negotiation's not going to do a ton for me, because I'll get 12 mana, which is going to get... I think that's only going to be 2 on the Negotiation, which is not enough. Yeah, it's only 2. So casting the Negotiation here doesn't actually help me enough. I need to cast it next turn and pray that my opponent doesn't totally doom me with the kitty. They're going to doom me with the kitty. Man, that's a horrible cascade. Woof. That demolition field of theirs has really prevented me from being able to do anything. Are there that many loyalty gems on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess. So there's a bad guy, another bad guy, and every bad guy is going to give them more of those. Yep. Oh my gosh. But they didn't replace for the bunnies. Woo. Okay. Well, I think that the best play is honestly to try and get the goblins going. This game is crashing really hard. There we go. Come on. Let's get the goblins going. Oof. Yeah, this game is really crashing. Oh my goodness. You guys can't see it, but the touch screen is not working. My phone is also dying horribly. But, okay, so I need to get 2 loyalty here. So my only shot at winning is really going to be for me to get 2 loyalty. And you... Okay. Can I even make a swap? I don't think I can make a gem match. Oh, cool. Okay, I made a gem match. That I needed to be able to make a match. It just wasn't letting me. Okay, so here I have to get rid of the healer. That thing can't be allowed to stay on the battle. And it crashed. Yep. The game hard crashed. And now it's not coming back up again. Okay. Let's see. I can't get you to reconnect, can I? Okay. But I can't start the game up. The game is dead. No, there we go. I don't think that my phone's going to let me play anymore right now. I actually couldn't make a match. So what I was doing there is I was going to use Chandra's Third to wipe all of my opponent's supports. And then after wiping all of their supports there, I had all those goblins down, and I think that my Ether Kite could have won the game that turn, or in 2 turns, just by playing the other copies. So the match still could have gone either way, but all my opponent's supports were about to be wiped, and then my Ether Kite was about to get crazy. So it's hard to say, but I think my phone is dying here, and I need to get some food anyways, and run a few errands before I get my kids from school. So I'm going to call it for today here, but I've got a lot to go ahead and make a lot more content on. So I got a ton of good stuff from the set today to make content on. So if we just look at the new set, I'm very encouraged for my ability to produce content on this particular set. I've got a lot of good stuff here to work with. I got to show off Bloodghast today. I had a lot of fun with that one. I'm sure you could tell by my evil laugh coming out. I want to try out that Priest of the Crossing with Salvation Engine in a Puzzle Masters of Johnny. I think that could be a pretty cool deck. I want to test out the Discard Archetype. I think that'll be a really cool deck. I got a lot of the pieces for that, which is really good. Between stuff like Repurposing Bay, which is going to draw cards whenever I discard. And then Loot, which came with the bundle that I have, that is going to discard and draw as well. There's just a lot of there's a lot of discard synergy in this set, especially in like the rare area, right? Like if we get rid of that, we go discard, right? So I've got Howler, which is whenever you discard a card from your hand, you get a buff on a creature. So between things like Loot, Repurposing Bay, Howler, the Chariot, which is going to make a zombie every time. So if I make a blue-black, yeah, blue, black, blue. Yeah, okay, I can make a blue-black discard deck. It'll be spicy, guys. It'll be real spicy. So I think that could be really fun. I really want to try that out. I've got Lock and Load can go in that deck. Time Reversal can go in that deck. I'd show it off right now, but as I said, my phone just died once, and it's getting really hot. My phone is on its last legs. It is very much dying. That's actually what I'm I'm saving up all of what I'm earning as little surpluses between like ad revenue from YouTube and stream donations and Patreon, and I'm putting all that together in my fund for getting a new phone so that it stops doing this. My phone is not good, but anyways, this there's a lot for the discard archetype that I really want to try out. It'll be really good. Got the Salvation Engine that I want to try out. I want to try the Ooze thing. Before I go, though, what is the Ooze thing? There's some kind of Ooze synergy that I wanted to try. Was it this? Yeah, this. Create 4 Ooze tokens. It gets +X. X is the number of oozes you control, including the reinforcements. So if I just have Slime Against Humanity with March of the World Ooze and the Elspeth Vanguard to make a bunch of tokens, then this will come down, it'll turn all of the humans into oozes, and then all of those oozes will buff Slime Against Humanity. That'll be cool. Okay, so there's going to need to be an ooze deck, clearly. A new Ooze Your Daddy. That'll be fun. What else is there? Samut. I really want to try this one out. This card looks really cool. I didn't try it out today. I wanted to limit my exclusive showcasing today, even though like my play was... I only got to play for about an hour or so, just because there was so much pack opening to do. But that's how day one. Oh, and I need to do some Gear Hulk videos between that one and the Oil Deep. I need to look through my artifact shenanigans. I think there's a Redress Fate video that I'm gonna want to make, because this brings back all of your artifacts from the graveyard to the battlefield. And so just a deck where you just throw a whole bunch of stuff in your graveyard and then have Redress Fate just bring back all the Gear Hulks. Because Redress Fate bringing back those Gear Hulks would be pretty sweet. Although I suppose Redress Fate kind of eliminates the point of our Gear Hulk over here. Because this thing's going to... Oh, actually, we could have this just bring back stuff from my opponent's side. That could be interesting. Anyways, there's so much to do here. There's so much to do here. So yeah, I've got a lot to make content on. Jeez Louise. There's a lot of really good stuff in this set. First impression's good. So with that, if you enjoyed the stream and you want to support the stream, there's a link in the description that you can support the stream on Streamlabs. Any and all support is appreciated. For all of you who just spent your morning, day, afternoon, evening with me, thank you for stopping in and chatting and hanging out for a little bit. I hope that you found it fun, engaging, interesting. And then if you're watching this after the stream and there's anything that I pulled that you particularly want to see content on, just leave a comment, let me know. Hit me up in Discord, all that good stuff. So with that, I'm going to go and get some lunch. I'm going to let my phone sort of reset and hopefully get back to this again a little bit later in the week. So